going to unbox the bag. Right, so there's paper in here, 4 stacks. There's a pair of scissors in here. There are cutting tools in here. There are rulers in here and cutting mats. So this will be in stock, and I've got tape, double-sided tape, and you need to buy these because I can't get enough, and I basically use the double-sided tape for everything, and my Tombow glue or my craft glue or my glue stick. Those are the 3 adhesives I would say that I go for. This is the standard size that I use, and then sometimes I go thinner, so I can do 4 sizes in these tapes for you. So you can go kind of really broad like a 25 and then an 18. This is the 12, the standard one, and then there's a 6 as well. And then they also stock the high tack, the red tape, so it's in my store and you can go order some for you. And then the blings, I love these, so I'll always have these little guys in my store, and I'll stock the gold and the rainbow color ones, but you can order the other ones as well. There's all the different colors, and let me just check. That's it. So that's the bag then, and a wonderful, wonderful bag for Bible journaling and for crafting. When you go to a class or come to one of my classes, you can bring your bag with you, and that's all the new stuff from W&M, and it's really good quality and it's affordable. So let's dig in a little bit. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about. And I feel like tools are really very important, and I've been using these tools for a decade, I would say, or even longer. This was my first one, and as you can see, it's got like a point, but it's a dull one. Like you can use it to hold things down and so on, and it's really sturdy. The other thing that I also use, I just want to grab it, is my dowel, and I can order these ones in a different style. I think it's a white handle from W&M, so I'll be stocking those because I feel like you need a piercing tool. So it's called an owl or a dowel, actually owl, and I call it a piercing tool because then it says what it does. So I pierce and I make holes and things, and if you want to stitch something, you can quickly do holes there with using your ruler and your cutting mat. And as you can see, I don't have my pink one underneath today. I've got a larger mat, cutting mat, that sits on my table permanently. And I had a client the weekend that said, well, why do I need a cutting mat if I've got a guillotine or a paper cutter? And the thing with the cutting mat, it protects your surface. If you've got a table that you want to protect, so it protects your surface, and it also helps you with measurements. So it's not just a tool for cutting. All right, so the pink one that I'm stocking, I have one. Just want to see, I had a class this weekend and my stuff is not back in their usual homes yet. So I've got this one, and I carry this with me, so it's small enough. I think you do get a A5 size as well, but I feel like this size is perfect. I can, if I turn it just sideways, I can cut a 12-inch sheet with this as well. Right, so if you take this to your crops, you don't need to take that big mat. And I also suggest that you buy yourself a kitchen mat, cutting mat. You get these at the home stores. They're plastic, and you normally get 2 in a, just want to grab mine, you get 2 in a pack. And I use them for everything and anything. I cut templates from these. I use it as a splat mat. It is not heat tool safe, but I never use it. I never use my heat tool on the mat anyway, so I don't know why it should be tool safe. You can see that because I use my tweezers, and I hold whatever I want to emboss or dry with my heat tool. I lift up and bring it closer so I can see what I am drying or embossing with my heat tool. So why do you need a mat that is heat proof? If you've got one like a silicone mat or the standard crafting sheet, then that's fine, you use that. But I like this because if you pop color on here, I use it for painting and things, and my gelatos, then you can see the color pop. The craft mats are brown, and it just doesn't give me the color that I can't really see the colors. So for me as an artist, I want to mix the colors. I want a white matte or see-through matte, and so I can recommend that. So if we talk about basic tools, I would say your mat and your crafting sheet is basic, and then a metal ruler, a nice and long one, so you can go 12-inch or longer, or whatever you want. I've got mine is in inches and in centimeters, millimeters actually. The one that I'm stocking from W&M is only in centimeters and millimeters. So actually centimeters, yeah. I actually prefer the one with the inches because as a designer I use the inches a lot. But if you're a local girl, then you'll go for the millimeters or the centimeters, and that's fine. So the rulers that I'm stocking they are in centimeters. Right, so I would say if you've got your cutting mat, you've got your ruler, you need a craft knife. So I just use the cheapy ones. Now I've got this, and I've got this one, and this one, the end can come off, and I can put a dowel or a piercing tool fitting in there. So it comes with blades and it comes with a piercing tool, but I can't find these. I haven't seen it in a long time, so if I can find it, I'll stock a couple. But I found another option. Now what I also suggest you have is a swivel tool. It's got a swivel head, so it can go around corners and things much easier than this one can. So you need a precision knife sometimes if you want to go into detail, into cutting, but really be careful with these. Just remember my basic rule of thumb. As an educator, I used to teach, and I had to use craft knives in the classroom, and that's kind of a scary thing because if kids don't know how to use it, then you could lose fingers and things. So depending on their age, I would not let them use the knife anyway. So always keep your fingers away and always cut away from you. Always cut away. Put the pressure on away from you. So if you have your ruler like here, and you press down hard, then when you come in, you're very close to your thumb there. So if you go this way, you can cut yourself. All right, those fingers will probably be okay, but this one is in the way. So you need to cut away. Your pressure needs to go to the right, never to the left. So never press into the ruler too much. You only use that as a guide. You press away from you. So that's something you need to practice. And if you don't want to use that technique, you need to get yourself a paper trimmer, and then you don't have to worry about that, or a guillotine. But then I just wanted to check this one out, the precision knife. So I bought myself one, and I've got an extra one in stock, so if you want it, and I can order more, because I saw it and I wanted to check it out because it looks like it's got everything that I already had. So there's different fittings in here, and they've got safety measures in place. So there's a little plastic thingamabob there that keeps the blade. Oh, this is going to be sharp, so please be careful with these. All right, so I'm going to try and work with this. I just want to see without checking the instructions. Let's see the instructions. There's a couple of things there. The blade cover shall be sealed when changing the blade. Okay, so that's important. And I just want to see if I turn it here, or where do I go? This is the casting bit. That's the blade. There's a chucking inside. There's a handle. I just want to figure out how to change things here. I think you have to. It's very tight. I'll probably need hubby to help me. Alright, so the idea is that you're going to cut like this, so you've got your finger in there, and then it gives you a grip. So I'm a novice, I'm going to try this out, and I'll figure out. But what it does have, it's got the swivel blades, yay, I think, or it's just precision. This is what I wanted to know. Is it swivel or is it precision knives? Blade cover. Let me see. Okay, what's in here is a pencil, lead, needle, rubbing ball pin, rubbing spoon, spare blades. Alright, it seems to not be the swivel, which I thought it was going to be, because it looked like it. It looks like the swivel, so I'll have to figure this out. Yes, it does have the swivel head. Okay, so these extra blades goes with the swivel head. It's a gold head and it comes out, and there's the ball. So this is what you need for a swivel tool. It's what's inside, right? Right, so you put in your blade in there, and then good quality fitting, very sturdy, and you've got a swivel head that needs to go into the tool. I need to figure that out. And so this is what unboxing looks like, right, when you surprise yourself. Okay, so I wanted to know if it's got a swivel tool, and it does. So there's your swivel tool. So it's it's the tools that I had all in one tool, which is great, with a ergonomic design, which I like as well. So there's a nice grip there to give you that precision cut, and I'm going to play with that a little bit. And it has a nice safety feature for both the heads. So this one and that one, both has got the safety feature. So that's great, because this tool does not have a safety feature, and I always have to be very careful to place it down so that I don't cut myself picking it up. And this is the extra tools you have. So, oh wow, amazing. There's your piercing tool, so you've got that. There's an embossing tool, a tip, which I tend to use often. So I just want to grab my embossing tool that I use. So I do flower shaping sometimes, so I've got the big tools, but I tend to go in for the smaller ones, and this is my go-to nib, and this is the one that they've got in the tool. So I am a happy girl. I've got a one tool for everything, so I'm going to save space when I go crafting. So I'll only need the one tool. So you can do basic paper cutting with this one. You can go into detail and corners and circles for this one. You can do your embossing with this one. You can do scoring. I normally do scoring with this one. And you've got your piercing tool. Isn't that amazing? And there's a pencil head, so you've got a pencil in there as well. And there's another type of tool that I need to figure out what this is. Okay, that's the pencil head, so that's A. And then you've got a needle. My goodness, which one is the needle? I don't know. B. It's probably that one. So that's the piercing tool. They call it a needle. Then a rubbing ball pin. That's C. So that would be this one. And rubbing ball pin. C. D is a rubbing spoon. Okay. So it's a rubbing tool. So if you want to crease something, so probably like your bone folder, you can use that as your bone folder, because it's got a flat, like a spoon edge, and that's what we need when we crease a card. So you can use that as a bone folder. Amazing. I thought of everything. And then you've got 3 spare blades. So you've got your swivel tool. So I would say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in one tool with extra blades. There's a little oil on here. They probably oiled everything, the blades and so on. Wonderful tool. I can recommend this one. I love a 1 in all tool, like the memory keepers tool that they brought out, the Works. So there's the Works tool, but in a cutting version. And I am very happy with my new tool. I'm going to use it in my videos, hopefully. And there's a little container to put all your nibs in, and even a pencil. Oh my goodness. So I need a little bin that I can put everything in, and I can take all of this with me, and I only have one tool. But if you want a cheaper version, W&M has the hobby knife, and it's basically this one without the ergonomic design, and it's got a safety top as well that you can put on. So that's the cheaper version. It's stainless steel, and I'm going to open this one later on, and so I've got one in stock if you want one. Right, so wonderful new tool, and then I'm going to put that aside. So wonderful little surprise in this one for me. I was unsure about the swivel head, and now I have a ton of other things in, and I love tools that make my life easier. So I can really recommend this one. This is the precision knife, so look out for the blue packaging. I'm just going to put that aside. And then I'm going to dig into the Fiskars scissors, and Just want to see if I can cut this open. I really wanted this tool for a long time, and now I have it. I want to test it out. So it's an easy action micro tip, soft grip, 16mm W&M stock this. So you can buy it from me, order your scissors. And it's really small. I like that. I like that. Okay, I have to figure this out. Oh, wow, very easy. So if I can figure this out, you can figure this out. So it's got a tool that keeps the blade in place. It's got a nice sharp point, and it's got a spring action. So you just do this, and I have to cut something. So what will I be cutting today?